This is first year Latin and for Wittenberg Academy. We're ready for lesson 39. We're in Latin 2 as our course number, and we're on page 68 for lesson 39. We're moving on to learn some second conjugation verbs like moneo. And the endings, as you can see, are very similar to those for laudo that you've already learned. It's simply that instead of laudo, laudas, laudat, here it's moneo, mones, monet. Monemus, monetus, monet. So again, instead of os, ot, instead of o, os, ot, amus, otus, ont, here it's o, ace, et, amus, atus, ent. So simply different vowel in those endings. For the imperfect, again formed just like it is in laudo. Laudo's laudabam. This is monebam. And from there, it's the same. So just that connecting vowel is different. That characteristic vowel in the infinitive or in the imperfect here is what's different between laudo and moneo. Okay? Notice it's not moneo, it's moneo. That is short, that E is short in the first person singular. But again, the imperfect, once you remember that it just has a different long vowel in the middle, instead of laudabam, it's monebam, well then it's the same. Bam, bas, bat, bamus, batus, bant for the endings. Likewise for the future. The connecting vowel is all that's different. It was laudabo. Here it's monebo for these second conjugation verbs. But then the endings are the same. Bo, bis, bit, bimus, bitus, bunt. All right. Obviously you need to make a card for each of these. The present indicative active of moneo, which means I advise or I warn. In the imperfect, make a card for that. In the future, make a card for that and study those. Lots of vocabulary as well on page 69. Kaides is a murder or a massacre. Canis, genitive the same, canis is a dog. Colus is a hill. Ducus is a leader, a commander, a general, a guide. It's obviously where we get the English word duke. Honoris is honor. Judex, and then the genitive judicus is a judge. Legionis, it's a legion. Mater, and the genitive matris is mother. Mens mentis is mind or purpose. Nox noctus is night. Servitutis is slavery. Sororis is sister. Vocus is a voice or a word. Now remember, for all these third declension nouns, you need to learn both the nominative singular and the genitive singular. That's why it's always listed like that, just a reminder, so that you will learn both forms. Otherwise you won't know what the stem is. And a verb, guberno. Now notice that guberno has a 1 after it. That means it's a first conjugation verb. It is conjugated like laudo. So guberno means to steer, direct, or govern. All right, our translations. Number 1. Dux Romanus litteras ex Graecia ad matrum et sorores misit. Oh, of course, I should have said pause the tape and work on the translations yourself and then come back and get them corrected. Reading sentence 1 again. Dux Romanus litteras ex Graecia ad matrum et sorores misit. What's the verb? Misit. He, she, or it sent. Who sent? We need something in the nominative. Dux Romanus. The Roman duke, the Roman leader, commander, sent. What did he send? He needs something in the accusative. Litteras. He sent letters. Ex Graecia, from Greece. Ad matrum et sorores, to his mother and sisters. Notice in English we have to say and to his mother and his sisters. They don't have to use the word his there. It's clearly understood. So the Roman leader, the Roman commander, sent letters from Greece to his mother and sisters. Sentence 2. Populus Romanus magna voce Ciceronem consulam postulabat. Populus Romanus magna voce Ciceronem consulem postulabat. The verb postulabat. What tense is that with that characteristic abat ending? That's clearly imperfect. He, she, or it was asking, was seeking. Who was doing that? Anything in the nominative? Populus Romanus, the Roman people. The Roman people were seeking or were asking. What were they asking for? Something in the accusative. Ciceronem consulum. They were asking Cicero as consul. They were asking Cicero to be consul. How were they doing it? Something in the ablative there, magna voce, with a loud voice. With a loud voice, the Roman people were asking Cicero for consul. Consul is, of course, the head magistrate of the Roman Republic. There are 2 consuls, each serving for 1 year together. Sentence 3. Legiones Caesaris multa proelia in provincia pugnaverunt. Legiones Caesaris multa proelia in provincia pugnaverunt. The verb is pugnaverunt. That's clearly perfect tense. They have fought. Anything in the nominative to serve as subject? Sure. Nominative plural. Legiones, the legions, have fought. Then going word by word, legiones Caesaris. Caesaris is genitive singular, so the legions of Caesar have fought. What have they fought? Something in the accusative. Multa proelia, many battles. And where did they fight them? In provincia, in the province. In the province. That's what we call Provence, France today still, when they talk about the province. Number 4. Deus animum et mentum hominis gubernat. Deus animum et mentum hominis gubernat. The verb is gubernat. It's simply third person singular present. He, she, or it governs. Who's doing the governing? What's the subject? What's in the nominative? Deus. God governs. What does he govern? Animum et mentum. Those are in the accusative. God governs the soul and the mind, hominis, of man, or of a man. God governs the soul and mind of man. In sentence 5, Legatus populi Romani, duces legionum laudaverat. The verb is laudaverat. That with that erat ending on the perfect stem tells you this is pluperfect. He, she, or it had praised. What's the nominative? What's the subject? Who's doing the praising? Legatus. The legate had praised. Now piece everything else together. Legatus populi Romani. The legate of the Roman people. The legate of the Roman people had praised. Now that next word, duces, is accusative plural. That's the object. The legate of the Roman people had praised the dukes, the leaders, the commanders, legionum, of the legions. That's that genitive plural of a third declension noun ending in right? So legio, legionis, right? And so you know it's third declension. And so its ending is going to be legionum in the genitive plural. The legate of the Roman people had praised the leaders of the legions. Very good. That does it for what we're going to cover out of lesson 39. Plenty in this lesson, but it should be relatively easy to memorize those forms. Again, they're essentially the same as laudo. It's just that now you're learning a different conjugation. Instead of having a as the characteristic connecting vowel as it is in laudo, the first conjugation, and the second conjugation, second conjugation when dealing with verbs, monio, that characteristic connecting vowel is an e. So pretty easy to learn, lots of vocabulary. Hit this hard and you'll be ready for lesson 40.